Did you know there are ancient inventions that baffle scientists even today? I mean, these things are thousands of years old, but they're so advanced, it feels like they were made with future technology. We're talking about things that shouldn't even be possible for their time, like ancient computers and batteries that could generate electricity. It's absolutely insane to think about what ancient civilizations were capable of, and it makes you wonder what other secrets are still buried, waiting to be found. Get ready, because what you're about to see will completely change how you view the past. Today, we're counting down 7 ancient technologies that shouldn't exist. We're going to explore artifacts and structures that are so mind-blowing, they challenge everything we thought we knew about history. I've spent a ton of time researching these incredible inventions, and honestly, some of them are so unbelievable, they seem like they're straight out of a sci-fi movie. We're going from the world's first analog computer to a mysterious battery from thousands of years ago, and even legendary steel that modern science can't perfectly replicate. Each of these 7 inventions is a puzzle that modern experts are still trying to solve. How did they do it? Was it lost knowledge, incredible genius, or something else entirely? We're going to break down each one, show you why it's so incredible, and explore the wild theories behind them. So buckle up, because this is going to be one of the craziest history lessons you've ever had. Kicking off our list at number 7 is something that looks like a rusty piece of junk, but it's actually considered the world's first analog computer. This is the Antikythera Mechanism. Found in a shipwreck off the coast of a Greek island, this thing is over 2,000 years old. When divers first brought it up, nobody had any idea what it was. It was just a corroded lump of bronze. After decades of study and high-tech X-rays, scientists realized it was an incredibly complex machine with dozens of interlocking gears. This wasn't just some simple clock, it was an astronomical calculator of unbelievable complexity. Imagine this. Back when most of the world was still figuring out basic engineering, the ancient Greeks had a device that could predict the positions of the sun, the moon, and planets. It could even tell you when the next solar and lunar eclipses were going to happen, and it tracked the 4-year cycle of the ancient Olympic Games. Coming in at number 6. We have something that could rewrite history books, the Baghdad Battery. In the 1930s, archaeologists in Iraq discovered these strange-looking clay pots, about 2,000 years old. Inside each pot was a copper cylinder, and inside that cylinder was an iron rod. On their own, they don't look like much. But when you put them together and add a mild acid, like vinegar or grape juice, you get a working battery. You get a small electrical charge, around 1 volt. 1 volt isn't a lot. You couldn't power your phone with it. But for that time, it could do amazing things. The leading theory, electroplating, fusing a thin layer of one metal like gold onto another like silver. Magic to most people back then. Imagine coating a copper cup in shining gold, a massive status symbol and an edge for jewelers. But here's the crazy part, no written record. No ancient texts mention batteries or electroplating. It's a complete mystery. Some suggest mild electrotherapy, others suggest religious rituals with statues that tingle when touched. At number 5 is something you might have seen but never realized how special it is, Roman concrete. We all know the Romans were amazing builders, creating aqueducts, roads, the Colosseum, the Pantheon that are still standing today after 2,000 years. But how? The secret is in their concrete. Modern concrete structures often start to crumble after just 50 years, especially in saltwater. Yet, Roman sea walls and harbors have survived for millennia, battered by waves, and they are actually stronger today than when they were first built. It's absolutely unbelievable. For decades, scientists were stumped. They knew the Romans used a mix of volcanic ash lime, seawater, but they couldn't figure out the exact magic ingredient. Recently, researchers discovered that the specific way these materials interact creates a special crystal structure. When seawater seeps into tiny cracks, it reacts with the ash and forms minerals that fill the cracks and reinforce the structure over time. Essentially, Roman concrete has the ability to heal itself. It's a self-repairing, super durable material. Think about the implications of that. We're spending billions of dollars every year repairing modern infrastructure, while the Romans built stuff that fixes itself for free. We are only now beginning to understand their recipe, and engineers are working to replicate it to create more sustainable and long-lasting buildings for our future. It's humbling to think that with all our advanced technology, we are still trying to catch up to the genius of ancient Roman engineers. They weren't just building for their lifetime, they were building for eternity. Our number 4 spot goes to a material of legend, Damascus steel. For centuries, these swords were the most feared and sought-after weapons, originating from the Middle East around the 3rd century. Impossibly sharp, incredibly strong, flexible enough to bend without breaking, recognizable by the watery damask pattern. Legends say a blade could cut through a falling silk scarf, or even slice through the barrel of a rifle without dulling. The secret was in how it was made. Blacksmiths used a special raw steel called woots. Woots steel was imported from India. Woots contained unique impurities. Forging formed nanostructures, carbon nanotubes, nanowires, giving extraordinary strength and sharpness. The tragedy: the recipe was lost to time. In the 18th century, the specific Indian mines ran out. Without the raw material, and with techniques kept secret from master to apprentice, the knowledge vanished. Modern metallurgists have tried to reverse engineer it for years. They've come close, but no one has perfectly replicated the original blades. It remains a lost art, a testament to the skill of ancient blacksmiths. For our number 3 spot, we're looking at an invention that seems like it comes from the future: the ancient Chinese seismograph. Invented way back in the year 132 AD by a genius named Zhang Heng, this device could detect earthquakes from hundreds of miles away. Think about that for a second. This was nearly 2,000 years before we had the modern seismographs and global sensor networks we use today. This device was a magnificent bronze vessel, about 6 feet in diameter, with 8 dragon heads arranged around the outside, each holding a small bronze ball in its mouth. Below each dragon was a bronze toad. Inside, a pendulum would swing with distant tremors, triggering the dragon facing the quake to drop its ball into the toad, revealing the direction. The most famous story about this device is that one day, a ball dropped from a dragon facing west. No one in the capital city felt any shaking, and many were skeptical, thinking the device was a failure. But several days later, a messenger arrived from a region 400 miles to the west, reporting that a massive earthquake had occurred there on the exact day the ball had dropped. From that moment on, everyone believed in the power of Zhang Heng's invention. The original device is lost, and we still don't know exactly what the internal mechanism looked like, but its legacy proves an incredible understanding of physics and engineering. Coming in at a truly massive number 2 are the Nazca lines. In the desert plains of southern Peru, there are over 800 gigantic drawings etched into the ground. These aren't just simple doodles. They are massive geoglyphs depicting animals like spiders, hummingbirds, monkeys, geometric shapes, and long, straight lines that stretch for miles. The craziest part? These designs are so enormous that they are impossible to fully appreciate from the ground. You can only see what they are from high up in the air. Who were they making these for? These lines were created by the Nazca culture between 500 BC and 500 AD. They made them by removing the reddish-brown pebbles to reveal lighter soil beneath. The dry, windless climate preserved them for thousands of years. But the mystery is why they were made. Were they astronomical calendars, pointing to where the sun would rise on important dates? Pointing to where the stars would rise on important dates? Were they part of a religious ritual to summon water, with the animal figures representing gods? Some of the more extreme theories even suggest they were messages, or landing strips for ancient aliens, since they can only be seen from the sky. While that's a fun idea, most archaeologists believe they had a ceremonial purpose. People might have walked along the lines as part of a ritual procession. But even then, why create images so large that the creators themselves could never see them in their entirety? The scale, precision, and purpose of the Nazca lines remain one of the world's greatest archaeological mysteries. And at number 1, the most iconic and baffling ancient invention of all, the pyramids of Egypt, specifically the Great Pyramid of Giza. This thing is an absolute monster. It was built around 4,500 years ago and stands nearly 500 feet tall. It's made of an estimated 2.3 million stone blocks, each weighing an average of 2.5 tons. That's the weight of a car. For over 3,800 years, it was the tallest man-made structure on Earth. The sheer scale is hard to comprehend, but the precision is even more mind-blowing. The base is almost a perfect square, and it's aligned almost perfectly with the 4 cardinal directions. So, how did they do it? How did a civilization with no iron tools, no wheels, no modern machinery quarry transport, and lift millions of multi-ton blocks with such accuracy? We have theories, of course. Some suggest they used massive ramps, straight ones, spiral ones, internal ones. Other theories propose they used a system of water locks and canals to float the blocks into place. But every single theory has major flaws and doesn't fully explain how they achieved the final incredible result. We still don't know for sure. Engineers today admit building a replica, even with modern cranes and tech, would be incredibly difficult and expensive. The fact that the ancient Egyptians did it with simple tools and raw manpower is one of the greatest testaments to human ingenuity. The pyramids are not just tombs, they are a permanent question mark on the landscape, challenging our understanding of the past and pushing the limits of what we thought was possible. They are, without a doubt, the most logic-defying ancient invention on the planet. And there you have it, 7 ancient technologies that just shouldn't exist. Which of these blew your mind most? The impossible precision of the pyramids or the idea of an ancient battery? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more mysteries.